Just in the Ray Show. It's Just in the Ray Show. Just in the Ray Show.
Welcome to Justin and Wade Show, the only place for all your Justin and Wade needs. I'm Wade. That's Justin. Today with us we got Nugly. How you doing, Nugly?
I'm doing awesome. How are you guys?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be
What do you
here.
want to talk about?
I thought it would be fun to do a bit of a comparison, little versus battle, I guess, with kind of indie games and AAA games. Because I think a lot of you and I were texting about it a little bit. A lot of people I think are kind of sick of big AAA titles releasing half-baked, broken, don't work. You just lose interest in them, kind of.
Well,
things.
let's start with letting the three possible listeners we have. A AAA game is a major. Just explain what it is. The AAA game is made by a major publisher, so it's like if you go see a blockbuster movie as opposed to watching an independent movie.
Right.
Okay. I didn't even know that. Thank you.
Yeah. See, we educate.
So those are going to be like your Call of Duties, your Halos, your big brand names that are pumped out by Microsoft and Sony and etc. Activision.
But at the same time, as you were discussing, even independent games, I mean, like risquerine, at some point, you know what I mean? If it's a good enough game, you know what I mean? It can.
Yeah, it starts getting momentum. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's made by Hapu Games. Hapu. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's just a couple of guys out in Washington that made it and then made the sequel for it, and it's great. It's a virtually perfect game, which is something I can't say about a lot of AAAs lately.
Oh yeah. A lot of times we have to fix all the updates. Like they'll just send it out just to get the release date.
Oh yeah.
And then
especially
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Especially that you can update and fix stuff after it's made now.
Right.
They'll just
There's no incentive.
Yeah.
There's no incentive to release it complete because why would they? You have patches. You already have your money from pre-orders. What reason would you have?
Yeah. Other than quality.
You let the players figure out what's wrong with it. You hear enough complaining, and then you're like, okay, we'll fix that now.
Yeah, more or less. It's
Yeah.
basically if you get canceled on Twitter, that's about all it's gonna be needed to get you to really go, I guess.
Right.
But but like you said, with the quality of the game is something to really talk about with these two different worlds of games, indie versus these big AAAs. I mean, you think of AAAs, they've got every advantage in the world for getting out there. You don't need to advertise Call of Duty. People just know it's coming out.
Right.
But obviously they do advertise it. They've got marketing, they've got tons of resources, they have giant publishers, etc. So the only way for an indie game to stand out is through quality. They can't advertise the same way.
Yeah, they don't have a choice either.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if they want to get noticed, they have to make the game really, really good, which is why I think a lot of the time that stereotype of indie developers making better games, I think a lot of that is true, is because that's their only way in, really. They have to do that, or they just
or
can't
you
make
won't
it.
survive at all.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, think of that in terms of like restaurants. Probably the best little burger or slice of pizza you ever had is some little hole in the wall place you've never heard of.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. That's how they survive, is by being the best.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your worst experience in a AAA game?
Halo 5.
Oh yeah?
Halo 5, absolutely. There's no contest. I mean, I don't know if you remember the marketing campaign to like Find the Truth series that they had for it, which was basically just leaking little bits of info about the basic plot of the game, with Master Chief going rogue and what's his name? Spartan Locke kind of hunting him down. And they advertised it as these two Spartans going head to head are causing like society to collapse. You saw this video of them after a battle where this whole area around them was completely destroyed. One of them was, practically dead, and just none of that ever happened in the game at all. Like the two met in a cutscene. You don't even get to play it.
Oh,
And after about a minute, 45 seconds to a minute of really, really bad CGI fighting, neither one of them are really hurt. Locke just gets, for lack of a better word, locked. They have like an armor lock thing. He puts on his armor and it makes him just completely shut down, can't move. And then Chief just walks away. And that's it. I was incredibly upset with that game.
I
That's
never
the
really
last
played
game I pre-ordered,
Halo
by the
until
way.
Infinite. I played a little multiplayer back in the day, but I never really played Halo until the newest one.
Oh, I was a Halo junkie. I mean, I have probably 5,000 hours on Halo 3 alone. I have a lot of Halo 3.
And I don't know that they that much, but I have some friends, actually, my dad and his son that are like that. They were the old Halo games. That's all they did.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and that's where like my gaming started. Those old multiplayer lobbies where there's no reporting, no filtering. Everyone's pretty brutal. But I run on esports teams. I have friends that still are on like the pro Halo teams and everything. Like I was really, really in Halo, and yeah, Halo 5 almost killed the franchise for me. Like I had no interest in playing it at all.
Well, let's switch up and talk best indie games. Obviously, you like Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain 2 is definitely number one. But other ones that I think definitely need to be talked about here and there. Phasmophobia. I'm sure you've seen me play that all the time.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Yep. Phenomenal game. The concept of the game when it released in summer 2020, I think it was completely new. Like there was no game like that where you go into an abandoned house and you have to, I mean, there's games where you have to like, survive ghosts or demons or whatever's going on, but there was none that was an investigation style where you have to learn what type of ghost it is. Is it a demon? Is it a spirit? Is it a phantom based on its behavior? There's been a million games that have, that are clones of it now, but yeah, it essentially started a genre, which I think is awesome. Another really good one, which was an old one from the 360, was called Iron Brigade, which was it's like a third-person tower defense where you're in a giant mech. You play as like a marine in a mech that has various types of weapons. You've got laser cannons, snipers, machine guns, grenade launchers, etc. And the idea is you have to place turrets around the map to defend a specific point. Phenomenal game. And that's also on Steam, so highly recommend that one. Yeah, I would say those are probably my top three.
Most of the indie games I play are like when you and me were talking, I mostly play AAA games, but I mean, like I'd say 80% of them I've started in the last few years. I'll start them, and especially multiplayer ones. You know what I mean? You start trying to play multiplayer, and it's just everything breaks and doesn't work, and you just like, hey, I like this game, but I cannot play it. I can't spend hours trying to get in a game with somebody and then never play anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah, big time. That was a big problem with Evolve. If you ever played that one.
What is that?
Evolve.
Oh, I've heard of it. I've never played it.
Cool concept. Asymmetric. You have a giant monster. 4 people run around with different tool sets trying to kill it while it gets slowly stronger and stronger. But I mean, yeah, some of the game breaking issues with it. I mean, you couldn't even get into a game sometimes for 45 minutes.
It was
I thought we did play that one
game that just came out in the last year or two that was like, it was space, but it played kind of like Gears. I can't think of the name of it right now. But it was like almost like Destiny mixed with Gears.
Oh, was that Valorant? No, not Valorant.
No. You play.
I know what you're thinking of, and I always call it Valorant. I know that's not right, but
and it was awesome, man. And it was better. I mean, it seemed all right in the beginning, and then as you got further in the game, like you'd be playing, then all of a sudden you're still playing, but you're all like in your own game. You know what I mean? It would just like kick you out, and then you never knew. It would just like, you know what I mean? It like basically creates another game for the other person. Sure. I can't remember the name of it now, but yeah, that. And there was something else that we could never load into, so we never got to play it. But yeah, a lot. I mean, AAA games like come out and are just, I don't even understand. I mean, I guess it's because they're so big that they're going to get the audience no matter what. But
it's kind of the too big to fail mentality. It's, why bother if you know you're going to get paid at that point?
Yeah, exactly. And well, we didn't get to talk about too much about it, but that's our 10 minutes. Thanks for being here, Nugly. That was a good show, and I think we probably educated people on, you know what I mean, at least the difference in these big publisher games and these small games. So it was definitely a good show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Everybody out there, like, subscribe, tell us what you think. You like indie games or AAA games? Tell us why. Thanks. And that's it.
Deuces.
That's all we do.